This is Spartan 117. Can anyone hear me? Over.
Alright, welcome to the first Viral Load movie review. So this one is a flashback to Halo Legends. I watched the DVD of it, which is 7 stories from the heart of the Halo universe, it says. So it's very similar if you've seen Animatrix.
Whoa.
And also the stuff they do these days, like on Disney Plus, the Star Wars Visions. And prior to that, they're garbage though. Prior to that, the Love, Sex and Robots on Netflix, which is much better overall. There's a few stories in that, but yeah.
My name's Murray.
Through the movie as a whole, through the 7 stories, and review it overall. Ultimately, I'll tell you what I gave it at the end, but the best part of the movie stories was the original 2, which are called Origin 1 and Origin 2. These were beautifully animated, sort of in a, if you know the artist Mobius, in his style. I was sort of going over the history of Halo, how the universe started, and you know the classic characters in it, like the besides the Halo Spartans, you've got the Covenant and then the Flood, who are very reminiscent of The Thing, if you know that movie. So the original 2 movies, or 2 short, should I say, I would give part 1 a 4 and part 2 a 4. The second, or third short, should I say, The Jaw, very weird art style, had like a Photoshop watercolor over 3D art. It really looked like mud. I was surprised that this was done by the studio that did Ghost in the Shell, Studio AG, I think. So it was quite a letdown. I gave this one half a point out of 5, so 0.5. Yeah, I had a weird samurai setting as well, which was quite strange for the universe, but you know, very similar to what they did in Animatrix, and I think even in the Star Wars Visions. So probably partially to do with being made by Japanese animators. So the fourth tale was Homecoming, which, while it was nice animation, it was very, very boring. It was about clones.
Put the man some fucking eggs.
Yeah, and this was the first pulling off the helmet, and I like to call them Samus when the characters shown when they pull off the helmet to be a blonde female, attractive female. So if you know Metroid, you'll know that reference. So yeah, nice animation, but really, really boring. Odd one out. This one was sort of the odd one out as well in the bunch. That might be why they called it that. It was very reminiscent of Dragon Ball Z. Had like a Spartan 1337, I think that was his name, and he fought like a big brute character that was called Bruton. It was like the battle that was very Dragon Ball Z. And there were these weird cave kids in it with a T-Rex, and yeah, too zanier style, I think, for Halo, but I mean, they do that more. I think there was one that was similar in Animatrix and the others, but yeah, not a fan. I gave this one, I give it a 2, which is purely for animation. So odd one out. The next one, Prototype. So this was a veteran soldier in quite a boring storyline, Ghost. The animation style was really nice. It had some kind of Macross, Gundam style, Gundam Saga, I think is what I was meaning, rather than Macross, but also quite similar to Transformers.
One shall stand,
the robot,
and one shall fall.
So that one I gave a 2 as well. I wasn't that impressed, purely just on the art style. Is why it's getting 2 points. The story was rubbish. The Babysitter. So this was about the Hell Jumpers platoon. Yeah, this one was quite boring. They had to assassinate a prophet, and I think I started to fall asleep in it. Now, admittedly, I watched this Legends all the way through in one sitting, so it might have been where it came in the order is why it made me fall asleep. But yeah, pretty much very similar to the ones that came before it, the 2 before it, and the fact that it doesn't get any more points. And then you have the Package, which was, I think, the last one in the piece, which, oh, by the way, I gave Babysitter 2 just before, if I didn't say that before. The package was a 3D one, much like what I talked about before, the Jewel. The package was complete garbage as well. Even worse storyline, I think. In a way, it was like a really cheap version of those early 3D Reboot or Action Man, and I wouldn't put it in the same caliber as Beast Wars or Starship Troopers myself. Yeah, just really weird. That I think I might have started to fall asleep in that one as well, so I gave that one a 1. So out of the whole series, I think I gave it like overall 17.5 out of 35, which is 50%. So I guess in ABC that would be a C, wouldn't it? So if a B is a 75 and over. So I gave this just a pass, Halo Legends. And it's a shame because you really don't have to waste your time watching the rest of the DVD. If you just watch the first 2 parts, you can save yourself a lot of hassle and save yourself an hour and 40 minutes maybe. I think those first 2 parts are probably only about 10 minutes each. But they're by far and away the best part of the DVD. So yeah, thanks for listening, and that is my review of Halo Legends. So to finish off, 17.5 out of 35. You vote all the stories by 5. That is C by my rating. So just a pass, but I'd only recommend those first couple of stories if you're going to watch it. So thanks for listening. Remember folks, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe.